Good morning, everyone. It is Donna Gray here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from the scenic rim in Queensland. And I'm super excited to be here crafting with you once again, live from my craft room on June 25th, 2024. So, welcome, everyone. I go live every morning, 5 days a week, and I love sharing my love of crafting with others. And I'm super excited to be sharing this beautiful bundle this morning. It's one of my favorites. It's actually the bundle that I'm using for my 2-day retreat because I loved it so much. It was one of my first ones on my list to purchase. The stamps are gorgeous, but the dies are absolutely spectacular. There is one die in particular in this bundle that is superb for crafting, superb for scrapbooking, superb for absolutely anything. The dies are actually stunning. So welcome. I can see a few of you are popping in. Now, if this is the first time that you have watched me, please say hello. Let me know that you're a first-time watcher. And for all of my other regular followers, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I love seeing how far my crafting reaches. The wonderful world of the internet allows us to connect to people all over the world. So it's super awesome to see people from all parts of the globe joining us with our crafting. So my name is Donna Gray. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the scenic rim in Queensland, Australia. And I love, as I said, love sharing my love of crafting with others. Hey, Paulette from Canada, welcome. So I can see a few of you are jumping on now. So obviously the notification has gone out that I have gone live. Thank you for joining. Glad to see we've got Marilyn, Maggie, Jill, Sheila, Paulette, Suzanne, Jean, welcome. Lovely to see you all. I just want to click over here on my Instagram and go live on Instagram. So I'm streaming live to several different places this morning. And my computer has decided that it's had enough. So I won't be streaming to Instagram this morning, but anyway, it is what it is. Welcome everyone. My computer, I needed to plug it in. It's run out of charge. So I'm afraid the Instagram people will be missing us this morning. Good morning, Kay. Lovely to see you, Deborah. Corinne, good morning. All right, so just a couple of things before I get started. One of the things I wanted to let you know is my July Country Woods Scrap It With Me workshop. Registration for that is closing tomorrow, and the reason that it's closing tomorrow is for normal reasons, because I'm holding a class next week. And the way my Scrap It workshops will work is that I will be closing the subscription that last week of the month every month, because I'm going to hold my in-person Scrap It With Me workshop on the first week of the month. So it's the last 2 days to be able to jump in and join. And thank you to everyone that has joined for the June Scrap It With Me workshop. And believe it or not, the Scrap It With Me, the actual frames and flowers, I don't know whether everyone's so excited because we've been using it with scrapbooking, but it's actually on not orderable at the moment. So they don't have stock of it at the moment. So if you've absolutely loved those, that frames and flowers specialty paper pack, it will be coming back. It says that it'll be back on the 1st of July. So only about a week to go for us to wait for it. So you can scan the QR code there on my screen, or you can actually click the link down in the show more box down below in the YouTube video, or you can actually click the link in the description of the video to be able to join my Scrap It With Me workshop for July. So for July, we're using the Country Woods Designer Series paper. So for the beginner pack, the actual 2-page layout that I did yesterday, that's what you will be getting in your beginner pack. You'll get the sheets of ephemera to be able to decorate. You will also get 2 sheets of Designer Series paper and 2 pieces of 12 by 12 basic white cardstock. For the people that buy the mega kit, you will get the whole pack of Designer Series paper. You will get a whole pack of the fully flowering ephemera pack. You will also get a whole pack of 12 by 12 neutrals cardstock, which is 20 sheets of cardstock in all of the neutral family color. So there's 10 different varieties of colored cardstock there, and you will get a full pack of the 12 by 12. I was super excited to be posting out my Scrap It With Me workshop for June yesterday. And I was actually telling people I had to physically go to the post office with one of those big black tubs, like, you know, those big black tubs that you have for packing things, like that you buy at Bunnings. I had to go with a big black tub and my trolley to fit all of my boxes for my Creative Card Club and my Scrap It With Me workshop yesterday. And it was so funny wheeling my trolley into the post office, and they all said, wow, your clubs are really taking off, aren't they? And thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my monthly Creative Card Club. It is a super fun thing to be a part of. And also, I will be starting a rolling subscription for the Scrap It With Me workshops as soon as we get supplies from Stampin' Up when they start adding their scrapbooking workshop kits to our supply list. And hopefully that's going to be September. I'm actually making them up until September comes, because I knew that there's so many scrapbookers out there that would love these scrapbooking kits. So just talking about my July Creative Card Club, I'm using the Wildly Flowering bundle, and for the month of July, you will be getting a quarter pack of the Wildly Flowering designer paper. You will be getting a full pack of embellishments. You will get a length of ribbon. You will get enough cardstock to make 8 cards, and you will get a PDF tutorial showing you step by step how to create the 4 designs. You make 2 of each of the 4 designs. Now, if you are thinking that you need help with your card making, then Creative Card Club is definitely for you. There is no stamps or anything provided. If you want to purchase the stamp and the dies, you can actually add those on. It costs $50 for July Creative Card Club to be able to be sent out through the post, and it will be delivered to your doorstep. So it's a kit by mail. There is no video content. You will actually get a PDF tutorial printed up in your kit. Now, if you scan that code that is on the screen there now, that will actually take you to the registration. Once you've subscribed to the Creative Card Club, on that date each month, your payment will automatically come out. So registration for the July one for the Wildly Flowering will be closing on the 10th of July. So how it works is on the 10th of July, for everyone that has paid up until the 10th of July, from now until the 10th of July, will all be, I will order the product and it will get delivered to my place. Then I will make up all the kits and I will send out your kits by the 25th of July. So if you want to register, you need to get in before the 10th of July to be able to have July's kit. And only a few more days left for my mystery box surprise with qualifying orders. Now, I did have a customer that placed an order yesterday, and she thought that the mystery boxes were coming from Stampin' Up. They are not coming from Stampin' Up. They are coming from my craft room. So what I will do, there will be brand new product in there. There will be retired product in there. There'll be gently used product in there. But you will be getting an awesome box packed with some goodies out of my craft room. And I do this once a year. So it's your chance to be able to get some of those products that you may thought were gone and you weren't going to get them again. I will put designer series paper in. There will be embellishments. There'll be stamp sets. There'll be die sets, depending on your order. The more you order, the bigger the value of your mystery box. Now, that is going to end on June 30th, 2024. So you need to actually, you can either scan that QR code there that's on the screen. There's also one up in the corner of the video. It has my host code connected to it. The orders need to be placed with that host code to be able to qualify, and the $100 is the minimum order to qualify for a mystery box. The mystery boxes will be getting packed by myself after I hold my in-person retreat, which is the 6th and 7th of July. So on the 8th of July, I will be crazily packing all the mystery boxes and getting them sent out, and I will send them out free of charge to you. So you're getting product for free. So what better way to shop and get rewarded for your shopping? So it's my way of saying thank you to everybody that orders from me. And if you place a qualifying order, you will qualify for one of those mystery boxes. So the only other thing that I wanted to talk about is that I've opened my November retreat. So if you're interested in attending a craft retreat, it's held here in the Scenic Rim. If you want to come to the in-person retreat, if you actually want to, have a retreat in a box gets delivered to your door. You'll get everything that everyone gets in person, except for the in-person experience, but it will get delivered to your doorstep with a fully illustrated PDF tutorial showing you how to do 8 projects. You will be getting the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set in, sorry, that's July 1. Forget that. Forget I even said that. My brain's a mush this morning. I was going to say, you're going to get the Thoughtful Wishes stamp and die set. So in November, you will actually have in your kit, there will be a stamp and die bundle. Now, it will be out of our brand new holiday catalog, and it's my Christmas craft retreat. It's my busiest one of the year. So if you are interested, it's unlimited to people that live anywhere in Australia. As far as the in-person event, I hold it at the Club Beau Desert here in town, and we hold it in their function room. So we have loads of room to fit as many people as we can, and it's super, super fun. It's a great, super fun 2 days. That's about it. Or the only other thing is we have a sale on at the moment. We've got 10% off our cut and emboss machines. We've also got 10% off our stamp and die bundles from our annual catalog. Now, if you are thinking that there's a bundle that you like in the annual catalog and it's got matching dies, you already save 10% when you buy it in a bundle. But for the month of June 2024, Stampin' Up are offering an extra 10%. So you're getting a 20% saving by buying those bundles this month. So not only if you place an order for some of those bundles, you may end up qualifying for a mystery box as well. So great time to shop, and it's also a great time to join, because any of those reduced items can be put into a starter kit. So if you wanted to join my Wild Heart Crafters community, you can choose $235 worth of product, and you only pay $169 delivered to your door, freight free. Then you become a part of my crafty community. Plus, you also get a discount guaranteed until the end of October. So it's an awesome time to join my team. I actually had a few inquiries this week about people and joining and whether it was the right thing for you. If you are thinking about joining, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I would be more than happy to answer any questions you may have when it comes to joining and if it's the right thing for you. All right. So I think we've had enough of all of that blurb. Let's get into creating this beautiful card using these awesome products. So today I decided that I was going to use the Thoughtful Wishes bundle. And the reason why I haven't used the Thoughtful Wishes bundle before this, well, I think I've done one video with it. The reason why I didn't do that is because I was using it for my retreat. So I wanted to be able to design for my retreat. Your BOGO items arrived. I'm so glad, Lynn. So Lynn just got a lovely box of awesome product. The reason why I haven't been using this is because it is my retreat bundle, and I wanted to keep all of my designing thought process so that I didn't get like overdone with it, if you can understand what I mean. So I want to show you, this is the die that I love the most, this one here. It's probably, there you go, you can see it up there. We've got that, and we've got that. And I can tell you those dies are absolutely, I'm sorry about the glare there, they are absolutely spectacular dies. They're great for embellishing. They are really, really awesome dies. So that's, first of all, sometimes I'm a real die person. So when I actually see some dies that really interest me, I then go and look at the stamp set. But the dies are mainly one of the main things that I actually look at when I'm looking at a bundle. So it has these gorgeous stamped images, which we have a die that will cut out this one here. We have a die that will cut out this one here. And sadly, we don't have a die that cuts out this. I wish we did. I think it would be really awesome if we had a die that cut that one out, but you can fussy cut it. It's actually not too bad to fussy cut. So, and I have done on some of my cards for retreat. So we're going to give it a little bit of a whirl this morning and have a bit of a play with this awesome set. Now, of course, you've all seen the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper, and believe it or not, I don't have any here at the moment in my craft room, mainly for the simple fact that I have it all for my retreat ladies, so I don't have any spare packs. It is on low inventory, so if you are thinking about purchasing the designer series paper, it is on low inventory. So I think it's on low inventory, or maybe I'm telling a lie. But I would suggest to jump in and grab it if you think it might be something you want. Now, this is actually the Thoughtful Expressions. Is it Thoughtful? Let me see what it's called. Thoughtful Designs, this one is. And these are some beautiful foiled papers. They are absolutely stunning. So I thought I might give some of these a bit of a, they're like an ombre look. So you may look at that and think, oh, it's the angle that you're looking at, but it's lighter down here and it's darker up there. So you can see here, it's got an ombre look. So we've got more like a petally pink type of color down here, and then more like petunia pop up the top. Looks like wild wheat and old olive. I'm having a guess at these colors. Can't even think of, I mean, probably maybe petal pink, maybe calypso, not quite sure. And this one here in those purpley tones. So I think what I might do is I might use this one here, I think. And I think I'm going to use it that way so I can get that nice ombre look. All right. So that's, I mean, all I've done is pulled out this paper. So as you know, I wing it. I'm one of these that I just get on and think, oh, I'll do whatever I'm going to do. So I don't really have an idea set out this morning. Hang on. Once again, my paper trimmer's out on my kitchen bench. You may wonder why my paper trimmer is always out on my kitchen bench, but my kitchen bench is the best height for being able to cut paper and things. I can stand there and I can cut it. So I really like it when it is that height. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut these in 4-inch pieces. And the reason why I'm going to cut them in 4-inch pieces is I want this middle piece. Okay. So you can see here, I want that middle piece that it's got that beautiful ombre look. So I'm going to do that. Now, I'm going to actually cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5.5. We might go that way. Okay, so the reason why I've cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5.5 is that's going to be my front layer for my card. All right. So at least I've got that part. That's one thing done. Kitchen bench needs its own trimmer. I know. But then that means then I'd have things out on my kitchen bench all the time. And I don't, well, I mean, it's most of the time it's on my kitchen bench anyway. But I actually, I clean up my kitchen and don't have craft stuff out there. But it was just that late last night, I was actually trying to create some things. I needed to create a template for my retreat. I needed to create a template and take a photo of it for my retreat PDF. So I was out there cutting Coles shopping bags. Now, for anyone that's coming to retreat, they're probably thinking, what in the world is she doing with Coles shopping bags? And I can tell you, it will be a treat. When you arrive, it will be a treat. Now, I changed my camera view the other day, and I need to go back to my normal camera view, and I don't know. I need to find my thing and change it back to the way it should be. So I apologize for this. I can't stand my my camera view being like that. Okay, so we need to. Oh no, hang on. I need to go like this. There we go. That's better. Now I can see what I'm supposed to see. All right. So hopefully that has kicked in and everything is okay. Now, is it nice and clear there? Please tell me if it's clear. I hate when I play around with this with my webcam, but does Theo sit on the bench with you? No, Theo is not. I don't allow him on the kitchen bench. Sorry, Jenny. I mean, he probably gets on the kitchen bench when I don't know. But yeah, I don't allow him on the kitchen bench. All right, so we have that. So I think what I want to do is I want to grab just some basic white and create, I don't know why, I don't have basic white in here open, so I'm just going to open a pack. So I want to create a layer. We will work out what color card base we're going to have, what color everything we're going to have, but we're going to create a nice fun front layer here. Now, when it comes to crafting and, sorry, I'm just going to cut some layers here so that we've got them done. If I can get my cardstock to come out. There we go. Okay. So normally what I do with when I'm creating and having this thought process is I work out some of the main things that I'm going to be using first. So when I say some of the main things I'm going to be using first, I work out what color, what designer series paper I'm going to use. Then I work out what colors I'm going to use with the designer series paper. And then from there, I build from that. Okay, so I've just cut myself some layers for the inside. I'm running low on my layers, so I needed to, and I'll cut some layers for the outside as well. Now, normally what helps me with my crafting process, because a lot of people say, how do you craft and how do you make cards so quickly, and so on. Now, one of the things is being organized and prepared before you start. So when I say organized and prepared before you start, I mean, for one thing, get your paper trimmer. Oh, sorry. Sheila's saying, "You Donna, we need to see you." Hang on, and I add myself down in that bottom corner so that you can all see me. There is something about why you all need to see me in the bottom corner, but here I am. Sorry. We can't see you. Sorry about that. All right, so I've now done a layer that I want to do on the top. Now, I don't want to cover over this too much. So I might even cut down that layer even a little bit smaller. So I've just cut them. I always cut things in bulk. So I just cut 3 pieces of cardstock with my paper trimmer. So the 3 pieces of cardstock, you'll think, oh my God, can the paper trimmer cut those 3 pieces of cardstock? Yes, it can. Whenever you're cutting layers, if you have layers and inserts and layers for the front, it's a really, really great way of helping you with your crafting and getting you to craft quicker. Okay, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it 3 by 4.5. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. See, because we can still see that gorgeous paper in behind. Or actually, we might do 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 and give us even more by 4 1/4. Okay, I'm probably going to say, what was that size I did? Because I want to probably layer it up on something. So that was my thought process to start off with. Right, now what I thought I would do, when it comes to colouring with flowers and things, we can use whatever we want. Like, we physically don't have to use green because it should be green, okay? Now, I did a global creative tutorial bundle recently, and I changed up the Take to the Sky, and I used some pinks and greys instead of doing a masculine card. I used pink and grey. and changed it into a girly card. And one of my friends went, "Oh my Lord, that was so good. I like the way you're thinking." She said, "I was on the same wavelength." She said, "I was thinking the same thing." Please don't hide the DSP, Marilyn. You obviously, Marilyn, you're a DSP lover, obviously. I mean, I'm happy just to have that highlight in the background. Hey, Deborah, welcome. All right, so I'm going to take my petunia pop because you can see there's some nice petunia pop happening there. So I thought I'll make some petunia pop here. So I'm going to stamp one just down there like that. Okay, I'm going to ink up again, but I want to use a scrap piece of paper. Which do I have a scrap piece just here? I think I do. Is that a scrap? Yep. Okay. So isn't that petunia pop just absolutely stunning? And I don't even know where my chamois is. So we could end up in a right mess here when I don't have the chamois available. Where is my chamois? You would think it would be right here on my desk, but I can't see it. All right. Anyway, I might have to just go and get a paper towel in a little while. All right. So I'm going to stamp off, and I want to stamp on again because I wanted to have a little bit more of this, but I didn't want it to be too overpowering. So stamping off gives me a lighter look, and it allows me to, sorry, I'm still looking for my, for my chamois, which I can't find it. I'm going to have to go and get some paper towels. I'll just grab a paper towel from the kitchen. How do I not have my chamois on my desk? That's crazy. It doesn't normally go out of my room. It'll be somewhere. Every time I try to look for something, I find it straight after I've done the video. All right, so I'm just going to clean off my desk so I don't get that ink all over my project. So all I've done, you have a thing about pink pine trees. Yes, you do, don't you, Lorraine? Or your pink trees that you put in the team page the other day. All right, so we've got that. Now, I feel like I want to use these gorgeous dies, possibly with some of our metallic paper that we have. So I bought in the metallic paper, and I think probably what's going to, I don't know, we'll have to make a decision here. What's going to look the best with these colors? I've got this one, which I think might look the best, or we've got gold, or we've got the silver. So these are our metallics. Now you may look at these and think it's very hard to see on the video, but we've got like, this one's like a coppery rose goldy type of color. Then we've got the definite gold, and then we've got the silver. So I'm thinking that this color is going to match nicely, but we might do a couple of different things. You never know. All right, so I think I want to cut out this one because I love it. So I think I might cut out that one, and then I think I might cut out some of these, even out of all of them. Let's try them all. Yes, this team meeting is coming up this Saturday. Yes, it is, Lynn. So this Saturday I will be gathering with my team online and in person. And it's super, super fun. Being a part of the Wild Heart Crafters teams means that we gather together as well, and we have a great, fun, crafty time together. Team meeting is all about bonding with our team members and just hanging out and having a good crafty time. So yes, it will be this Saturday, and it is at 9 a.m. So via Zoom or in person. Okay. So I have this one here. I'm going to run through. So we'll do that one. I'm also going to stamp some images as well. I don't know. I'm just going to cut these out. I don't know which ones I want to use, but I'm just going to cut them out anyway. If I use them, I use them. If I don't, I don't. Okay, look at that, people. Isn't it stunning? I mean, there's some pieces that need to be popped out, but how stunning is that die cut? Like, seriously. Different levels of yumminess, I can tell you. Whole huge amount of yumminess. All right. Now let's grab our other foils. So I'm going to cut, I think out of the gold. Actually, I think out of the silver, I might cut these little, this one out of the silver. And then out of the gold, I think I'll cut the flower one. So we have that one. There we go. Now, you may say, why are you banging your die on your cut and emboss machine? It actually releases it out of the die cut. It releases the die cut out of the die. So it's something that I have done. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's a great way of getting it to just, all you do is you tap it on something hard. There you go. Oh, thanks, Lynn. So Lynn's saying to all of the team members, could you please do your very best to turn up to the team meeting? Thank you. Because it means more of us hanging out with each other. That's the whole thing. Are the foils included in the Thoughtful Journey bundle? In the suite, you mean? No, the foils aren't. The foils are a separate thing. Hang on, and I will just double check. I've got a question there from Jill about what's included in the actual suite for the Thoughtful Journey. So let me just search. Whoops, I can't type properly. I'll tell you exactly what is in the suite. So this is included in the suite. You get the designer series paper, the 6x6 designer series paper. You get this this gorgeous paper, and you get the stamp, the dies, and you get the pearls that I'm going to be using here today. These ones here, which are the are they? Oh, maybe I'm using a different set. Let me see what those pearls are called. You get adhesive backed pearl trio. So that's not actually what I'm using. I'm using I'm using the blooming pearls is what I'm using today. All right. All right. So we have that. We have this gorgeous die cut. Okay, so I'm probably going to cut that die cut apart. Or will we? Won't we? Oh, I love these foil accents. Now, I'm actually going to add one stamped image in behind here to actually go with this, just to finish off that. So I think the stamped image that I'm going to do is going to be, we might do the cute little flowers. Yeah, let's do the cute little flowers. All right. So on a piece of basic white, which I have some, do I have a piece? I don't have a piece big enough that I've cut there, so I'll just grab one of those. Okay, so let's do those in, let's do them in petal pink because we can. Okay. All right, so let's do that. like that. So we've got petal pink, and then I'm actually going to use my Wink of Stella to move a little bit of that. I'm actually going to use a little bit of the petal pink. I like to pick up some of the colour. I'm going to pick up some of the colour, and I'm just going to colour our flowers with our petal pink, just to add a little bit more colour. Plus it adds shimmer and shine to your flowers. And I'm probably going to colour in the leaves as well. This is a great way of bringing these stamped images to life, is just by using a little bit of your Wink of Stella. We could probably call this Technique Tuesday, colouring with Wink of Stella. But you can actually make your Wink of Stella any colour you want by just picking up some of the ink with your Wink and colouring. So can you see how, and then you just run your Wink of Stella on a scrap of piece of paper. Can you see how it's just changed the whole colouring? Robin, you're on live. You're not watching the replay. You're actually on live watching. Robin said she's watching the replay. I'm like, nope, you're live. You're on here. All right. So I'm actually going to do that, and I'm going to fussy cut around those so that we can pop them on the front. So when you see the little on YouTube, I think you see the live button up in the top screen. When you are on Facebook, it will say that we are live, but we are live right at this very moment. All right. So I'm just fussy cutting around just to, and I think I'm going to cut down in there a little bit just to add a little bit more dimension to these flowers, and then back up around. Okay. So they're not that hard to fussy cut. I'm probably going into a little bit more detail than what I really have to, but I like to add that little bit of dimension to them. And I'm probably going to cut up in amongst these stems and cut out a bit of that as well. I make fussy cutting look easy. Well, honestly, what you do is you spin the cardstock around in your hands. You actually don't move your scissors. You actually spin the cardstock around, and it allows you to have nice, smooth cutting. And it's really not that hard. There we go. Okay, so we've got our beautiful flowers fussy cut to go on here. All right. So the main thing is I might even do a little bit more petunia pop just up in the top here so we can see a little bit more of those leaves. So let's grab that out again. And we might stamp another one up there. And because we're not coming off the page, there. Okay. You may look at that and think, what a mess. But these die cuts are all going to cover it. Okay. But it gives a great pop of color up in behind there. All right, so what am I going to do now to add these die cuts? I'm going to, first of all, I want to layer this one up, and I think I'm going to layer it up on some petunia pop. So let me just grab some petunia pop. And I'll probably layer the, I don't know, I might do a petunia pop card base. Hang on. Let me see here. Oh. Okay, we might do a petunia pop card base, but I also want to layer that other bit. So I need another bit. This one here should be able to cut that. Okay, so I want to layer that in here. All right, so we're just going to do a little minute layer. So that was 3 1/4. I think we did, no, 2 3/4. I told you I was going to ask you what size we did that. 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so 2 3/4. We're going to do 2 7/8 by 4 3/8. So I'm just adding on 1/8 of a quarter to get a fine border in behind there, like that. Beautiful. All right. Okay, so let's glue that together first. You like all the bits and pieces together, Maggie? Honestly, I just said the die cuts are the star of the show. So I wanted to really showcase the dies in this card today because they are the star of the show. I mean, the stamps are gorgeous too, but the dies are just so pretty. All right. So I'm going to do that. Let me double check this is the right size. No, it's not. Okay, so this one needs to be cut properly. It's not my right card base size. So we've got that. Now, for anyone that was wanting my card base template, because people ask me all the time, I have it over on my website, and you can find it under the Shopping With Me tab and under Tutorials, and you can find my card base and layer template and my never fail method of cutting your card bases and your layers so that you get perfect card bases and layers every single time. So please head on over after this video if you want to grab that tutorial. It's $10 Australian to actually purchase the tutorial, but I can tell you it is well worth the money, and it will be something that you will use time and time again. All right, so what I want to do is I want to rough up this layer that we have down under here. So I'm going to leave that there because I want to use it. I'm going to, with my scissors, rough up the edges here. So I'm just going to take the blade of my scissors. Now you can get a distressing tool to do this. I just use my scissors. All right. So, oh, you bought the suite, Maggie? Yeah, it's lovely. It was my first choice for retreat. I physically got to see the catalog at Onstage. Was it Onstage? Yes. And that was in my pre-order. I was like, yep, it's in my pre-order. It's going in my cart, and it's definitely going to be my retreat bundle. I was tossing up. I had a few that I liked, but this was definitely top of my list. Oh, you bought my card tutorial? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant this suite. Yeah. It's how I cut my card bases and my layers all the time. So every time that I do a card, you will be able to, once you see how I do it, you will be able to recreate these cards, and you will no longer ask me. You will no longer have to ask me how to cut your card bases and layers or what my measurements are, because you will have them. All right. So I've got that. Oh, sorry, I just closed that up. I need to use my blending brush. I'm going to blend the edges now of this. Now, I could do it one way. I could blend my edges like this. Actually, I might just do that. Whoa. And I'm going to put ink everywhere. Whoa. Because this is a juicy ink pad. But I'm blending my edges now to just really let that stand out. Can you see that? There is some ink down there that is very inky that hopefully I'm not going to wreck it by doing this. Anyway, it's water-based ink. It'll dry soon. So we have that all sorted there. So let's try a, I'm going to actually adhere that to my card base because I'm not going to pop it up or anything. So I'm just going to adhere it down to my card base. I'm just going to add so that I can pop it aside. Whoops. Pop it aside and let that ink. Okay. Well, My Seal Plus doesn't want to work on my card base this morning. We will just use a bit of liquid glue. All right. So I'm just going to pop that at an angle, and then I'm going to set it aside for that ink to dry. I could have used a blending brush, but I decided to use just the ink pad instead. Okay, so I'm just popping that at an angle on the card front like that. So just a nice jaunty angle that it just takes the eye off being definitely straight. Now, while I pop that aside, I'm going to now decorate this. Now, hopefully my Seal Plus is going to play nice with me. And we'll add just a little bit of Seal Plus down here on the corner. And it is going to play nice. And I'm just going to add that die cut into that Seal Plus like that. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build. Now I don't know whether I want to pop these flowers down in amongst this. Oh, got my die cuts tangled up. Okay. Whether I want to pop my flowers down in amongst or on top. Definitely want to pop that there. And no, I think I'm going to pop them. I think I'm going to pop them in underneath and then put the flowers on top. And then I'm going to pop a sentiment across there anyway. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a silicone mat. I'm going to, on the back of these die cuts, I'm just going to run some Seal Plus along the back. And then I'm just going to pop that one in place. So just there. And then this one, I'm going to run some Seal Plus on the bottom of it. And I'm going to place that one just there like that. Actually, it could go lower. Am I going to be able to pull it apart? Yes, I can. We'll pop it a bit lower. There we go, like that. Okay. Then I'm going to pop my little flowers in here, and I'm going to do a sentiment from our set. What am I going to do? Missing you. I appreciate you. I love that saying. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's stamp that in. I'm thinking Petunia Pop. Okay, so the foil die cut on the bottom was the copper, and then I did the silver, and then I did the gold. Okay, so this one is copper, this one is silver, and this one is gold. It's like it's copper. Yeah, it is copper, I think, but it looks a mixture between copper and rose gold. It's got that very rose goldy tinge, but it's out of our metallics papers. Oh, sorry, I've got a strip of paper here. Let's just do this on a strip. Now, I've got to try and get myself here that I can get this straight on this strip. Do you think I can do it? Let me see. I could have mucked that up. No, I got it nice and straight. What do you think? Sometimes I surprise myself when I do things like that. The actual way I got that straight, you may have seen me in the video, I was like, right down. What I actually do is I get my eye level down to desk level, and I watch the bottom of the stamp touch that strip. So if you struggle trying to get them on little thin strips like that, if not, stamp it on a thicker strip and then cut it back. Totally up to you how you want to do it, but that's how I do it. All right, so I'm going to pop up my flowers on some dimensionals. And I'm also going to use some of my linen thread, because you're all going, is she going to put a bow on it? Is she going to put a bow on it? Yes, she is going to put a bow on it. She's going to use her linen thread to put a bow on it. And this linen thread's nearly empty, so we might use that one. All right. So I'm going to adhere my flowers on there. Then I'm going to pop my linen bow on, and then I'm actually going to pop my sentiment. Actually, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to pop my bow on underneath, or whether I'm actually just going to pop it on with a glue dot when I'm finished. Let's try this. So we're going to sit this one here. Let's do our double bow. So you all know me with linen thread. I like to do a double bow rather than just a single bow. And that just means a double strand bow. So 2 strands of linen thread. Just because I just feel like it just gives it a little bit, you know me, I like ribbon. I struggle a bit with twines and linen thread. And so therefore I tend to do the double ones. I just feel like it's more me. Looks more, makes it a little bit more obvious. So I'm going to try and okay, oops. Just trying to make my bow a bit bigger. I've made a cute bow there. Look, I've done larger and smaller loops. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to do I appreciate you over the top like that. Do you think I should do it over the top, or do you think I should just put the bow, put the I appreciate you and put the bow down below? I actually think I like it over the top. I actually liked it. I think I like it like that. What do you think? Sorry, it's a bit hard. Woohoo, a bow. You all know me. I can't make a card without a bow. So while we're thinking about that, okay, so Lynn's asking me something about the Wink of Stella. Now, I need to put a disclaimer out there when I tell you this, that Stampin' Up does not condone what I'm going to tell you to do. Okay, over the top? Yeah, I think so. So when you have your Wink of Stella, Lynn is asking how to recharge it. What you actually do is Wink of Stella comes, when you get it, it comes and it's got this black ring. It has a black ring that's here, okay? You take that black ring off, screw this bit back on, and then that is how your Wink of Stella works. Now, when you want to, you can refill your Wink of Stella. Don't tell Stampin' Up I told you this. You can pull out that wick. So that is, and I just get either my scissors or a take your pick tool, and you actually grab hold of that black wick, okay? There's a black wick there, okay? That comes out of the middle. So you pull that out, you fill it up with, I fill it up with icicle alcohol, and then push it back in. And you'll get more time out of your Wink of Stella. But I didn't tell you that, okay? No one tell Stampin' Up that I told you that. Because that is not what you're supposed to do. But it is something, and you can even pop a dot of re-inker. If you buy several Wink of Stellas, you can pop a dot of re-inker in, and it will change your Wink of Stella to whatever color you put the re-inker in as well. But you didn't hear that from me either. Don't tell Stampin' Up my secrets. All right. So I'm going to do the bow in underneath that sentiment. So I'm going to first of all pop the bow on with a glue dot. Okay, and I'm going to pop it at that angle there like that, because that looks super cute. Now, for me to pop this up, I've already got my flowers popped up, okay? I'm actually going to pop up this sentiment. I want to pop it up on my flowers, but you can imagine this side here needs two two dimensionals. Jenny, you can zoom in, you can actually zoom in when you're watching a video. If you're watching on a phone, you can pinch with your fingers and you can zoom in. Sorry, I can't just zoom in. I mean, here we go. I can bring it up here, but I can't zoom in because my camera doesn't zoom in. Okay. All right. So I'm actually going to take your picture, which was over here. All right. And I'm going to add a dimensional on this side of my I Appreciate You, because that's going to sit on my flowers. Then I'm going to double dimensional the other end. Okay, so I'm going to put one on there. Then I'm going to flick off the backing. I'm going to grab another dimensional. I'm going to pop another dimensional over the top. All right. And take off that. Okay. And I'm going to pop that over the top. And because I've got that double dimensional, it's going to sit up. It could have even had a third one, to tell you the truth, to sit it up. But how cute is that? All right. Yeah. So you can refill your empty ones, Lynn. Yep. I think it's a great idea to add color to them, but anyway, you didn't hear me say that. All right, I'm going to add some dimensionals on the back here of this layer. And we need to stamp our insert as well. Oh, and look, how many dimensionals do I want to put on this on this layer? Definitely be paying extra postage for this one. A typical Avid card for me. I mean, like, I'm an Avid crafter. I'll be the first one to admit. I love Avid cards. I love putting lots and lots of die cuts and lots of layers and popping up to get heaps of dimension on a card. That is just the way I craft. And, like, honestly, for someone that's a beginner, you may look at it and go, oh my Lord, like, but you've seen step by step how I've done this card. So, like, it's really not a hard thing to do. Now I'm going to put this at the opposite angle. See how I've got this one at this angle? I'm going to put this one at the opposite angle, heading that way. Okay, popped up. All right. So front of the card done. Now we need to do an insert, and I'm nearly positive this was my insert size. Let me double check and make sure it is. Yes, that's my insert size. Okay. So for the inside, I'm going to bring a little bit of the front to the inside of the card. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to do my little petal pink flowers because I like them. So let's do the little petal pink flowers down in the bottom here. Let's do our Wink of Stella coloring again. Oh, thanks, Janice. All right, so we're going to do some Wink of Stella coloring on our flowers. I'm then going to use one of my favorite stamps in this set. And you all know I was devastated because I thought I had lost this stamp. I used this Thoughtful Wishes in my card buffet back in when did I do my card buffet? April. Would have been April, I think. And for the life of me, I had lost this one stamp out of the stamp set. Now, I am going to be the first person to say I have lost a stamp. I know I said I have never lost a stamp. I have lost a stamp because I remembered when I was doing my BOGO sale. I have actually lost one stamp, and the one stamp that I actually, sorry, two stamps, was out of that C by the I don't know, one of those stamp sets, sorry. And I did lose it, and I was devastated because I took it on holidays. And mind you, it was the time that I went on holidays. I was probably not in a good headspace. So I'm going to use my cute little splotchy stamp here and add some splotches around. I love a splotchy stamp. I just think it's so, so cute. All right, now I might bring in, and I'm not gonna re-ink this. I'm gonna bring in a blending brush and just blend that corner. Okay, so just to add a little bit more interest to that insert. All right, let's glue that to the inside. So we're going to bring in our card base. I'm going to glue this one to the inside. Okay, so we have the inside. Now, I just want to leave it at I appreciate you. Like, I think that's quite cute, leaving it like that. I am going to use some of these gorgeous pearls, though. We've got these are the, they're called blooming pearls. I'm going to use the pink ones in it just to add a little bit of bling onto the front there. And maybe add one up in there. I might add a couple of the green ones as well. Doesn't hurt. Green. And maybe a green one there. And maybe a little green one down there. Okay. And then, of course, the final step would be to spritz with a bit of Wink of Stella. Okay. So squeezing a little bit down into the barrel. This one's nearly empty. So nearly empty. Let's see if we can get some spritzing happening. We can get a little bit happening. It's like so empty. Let me see if I can grab another one. Do I have another one in here? Let me see if this one's got any more in it. Whoa, yeah, that one's got some. That one's got loads of Wink in it. Okay. All right. So there you have it. A card using the Thoughtful Wishes bundle. How awesome is that? Like, honestly, the die cuts are really what make the card, I think. This beautiful paper in the background, stunning. As I said, it's ombre paper. And then, of course, we've brought a little bit of the front to the inside. So we've done our flowers down the bottom and brought a little bit of that petunia pop to the inside. So there you have a fun, crafty card, and a little bit more like me, once again, the old avid crafter that I am, loving die cuts, loving some color techniques and things. So hopefully you have enjoyed that this morning. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I will be back again tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. for another live crafty session. Just remember, if you are thinking about the July scrapbooking workshop, we only have today and tomorrow left for you to actually subscribe to, and it's not a subscription, sorry, at the moment, it's just registering. So you can register by scanning that QR code there. The Country Woods Designer Series paper is stunning. The fully flowering ephemera pack is beautiful. Once you add some Wink of Stella to it, you have embellishments ready to go. My Scrap It With Me workshop, the mega kit, is definitely worth the value. You end up with, now let me think, 32 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock, 12 sheets of 12 by 12 designer series paper, and an ephemera pack of the fully flowering ephemera. So you get all of that for $95 delivered to your doorstep. Plus you will get my 3 double-page layout, sketch layouts. You will also get the photo placement mats, like so to show you where you can place your photos before you decide where you want to put your photos. Registration is closing tomorrow, people. So if you wanted to be a part of my Scrap It With Me workshop for July, and the paper, the designer series paper is on low inventory. So if you need, if you want to register, my suggestion is to register as quick as possible. You can scan that QR code that's on the screen right there to join and register my Scrap It With Me workshop. Janice is going to be here scrapping with me next Thursday, so I'm super excited to be having a fun, not this Thursday coming, but Thursday after. I'm holding my Scrap It With Me workshop in person here in the Scenic Rim as well. So if you're a scrapbooker and you live in the Scenic Rim, or you live in Brisbane, or you live at the Gold Coast, or you live at Ipswich, and you want to come and hang out and scrap with people, like my Scrap It With Me workshops will be awesome. Lorraine wants to move to Beaudesert. Come and live here, Lorraine. You would have a ball. So many classes. I have an in-person class for my July Creative Card Club. That is the 3rd Thursday of every month. My Scrap It With Me workshop is going to be the 1st Thursday of every month. So, and I already know what I'm going to be using for my next Scrap It With Me workshop for the month of August, because I will be starting to market that starting at the end of this week. I'll be marketing for the August Scrap It With Me workshop. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me, and as I said, I'll be back here live again at 8:30 in the morning. I will see you all again.